I'll be curious really to see what you guys say on the panel. Are dealers thinking enough about what is the customer really wanting today? Because I feel like a lot of vendors are the ones
Yeah.
oftentimes dictating what we're trying to chase as customer experience
Yeah, of course
versus
they do.
dealers.
They have to, um, but ultimately they're trying to sell and service as many cars as they can efficiently, right? And
Yeah.
as cost effectively as they can. So the breakdown becomes, a dealer is like a small business. They can't afford to just hire a giant staff to do everything perfectly or have segmented experts in each area, because it costs money to have like a delivery department that does a white glove delivery. So I know some dealers do that, but it costs money to do that, right? Or have a big BDC. One of the things dealers turn to us for is because we have a solid process, and we follow it really well, and they can sleep better at night and all that, whether it be answering an incoming service call, making a call, or handling inbound sales and service opportunities in a consistent manner, and at a cost effective way. Because at the end of the day, if you bring Strolid in, they expect to see a lift in sales. I talk to Josh and my client success team about this all the time. Are we selling more now that we're engaged? And why not? If we're not, what are the challenges we have? And let's identify that, bring that to our dealers so they understand what they need to do either on their end with their marketing, or what we need to do, frankly, sometimes to adjust on our end to improve results. And that's really what if I'm working with a dealer that their goal is to, continuously improve, we have a great relationship. If they're looking for magic pixie dust to sprinkle on Strolid to double their sales, we're not the right company for you, because it takes teamwork. It takes us working with their team. It takes us looking at a lot of data and trying to understand all of that kind of stuff. So the customer experience part, that's where it starts, Shaun, if you don't get, it's like the old saying, you don't have a second chance to make a good first impression. And that's what we do. We try to give that quick, immediate response to your customers, give them that first good impression. However, the challenge becomes, like we've seen over the last 3 years, there's been challenges coming out of everywhere with pandemics, and you can't go to the showroom, and then leads are piling up, and then we're selling like crazy. Then the inventory's gone, and it's just been a roller coaster ride for dealers. The good news for dealers is for the past couple of years, they were making, and some of them still are making, really good gross profits. The challenge is the inventory is starting to pile up now. I was talking to a good buddy of mine the other day that average day supply has gone from like 25 to 51, which is getting back to the old days. You're going to start having to see incentives and stuff, but about half of the manufacturers out there are starting to really pile up. The other half, some of them like Toyota, Honda, Lexus, and BMW and stuff, still have low day supply. So it's interesting what's going on in the world. Then you got a big flood of electric cars coming in. So like all this adversity requires you to empower your people and give them the right information. Like it used to be really easy to run a BDC. You get a call or an email, and you call and you try to schedule an appointment. Yeah, the car's always available because if it's on the lot, we'll go find it. That hasn't been the case. So we had to build in a portal into our phone system that pops up for each dealer that we handle that tells us all of these rules. Like, don't schedule an appointment for XYZ car that is still showing up on the website because it's not available, and all kinds of different like rules. And we are empowered. Where we're not empowered, is bad data, to be quite honest with you. Inventory feeds that continuously go out to autotradercars.com and other companies that haven't been available in a long time, or they're still showing up on the dealer's website and they're not available. And like because right now availability is a big thing, right? And I think we've gotten we've changed. I don't know if the old days were better. I don't want to sound like that crusty old guy, but it used to be dealers were like, just get them in so I can sell them a car. Nowadays, they're like, don't bring them in unless it's like we have it. And it's like, so that's affected appointment set rates and stuff like that. But we as a company, in the same inbound service, a lot of dealers and manufacturers have capacity issues. That 2, 3, we had a dealer that was a month out for service.
Oh, wow.